Yo, 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 we are back. It's the Friday edition of Money Shots. Kelly, how are we feeling on this fantastic Friday?
Well, before we started, you and I were guessing people's birthdays because we all know that I'm a weirdo and into horoscopes and shit. And I'm just kind of disappointed because I just took my first L of the day. I thought Brandon Walker was totally a fucking Gemini. He portrays a lot of that. Now I'm going to need to get his birthday and birth time because I almost feel like maybe he's like a Gemini rising or something. And maybe that's where I kind of screwed that one up. And I can't wait to be in New York next week. And I'm just going to go through the office and guess people's birthdays and be like, that's why you're a psycho. It was really funny.
We should do that. Whenever we get in there, we should have a little list, and you and I should go through, ask them like 3 questions each. We get our guess and see who has the most horoscopical knowledge.
I actually am. I amaze myself at sometimes how good I am at it, and then I just failed there. So it is what it is. But
It is
I did
what
nail
it
Kelly
is.
Keegs, and somebody said it to me the other day. I was like, I knew she was a Sagittarius because obviously I share that same fire. So is our producer Jack, by the way. I figured that out when we were in Houston when I was absolutely hammered, and that was fun.
There's a lot of Sagittarius energy around me right now. Maybe I just attract Sagittarius. This was a good company.
I haven't pulled your
most of
full
the time.
birth chart yet, Megan, but one of these days I'm going to get drunk and do that. So bring your birth certificate to New York and we'll see if we can have a little fun.
Oh, we're co-star friends. Come on, do you not remember that? You can go look and see my birthday.
I made you be my friend on CoStar. Yeah, no, I don't remember that part of the evening, Megan. But great call. Now I can just go click it anytime that I want.
Yeah, no, I was born at a cool time, 3/11, like 3/11 day, and like the band 3/11. So enough about girly horoscopes. Let's get into some manly football. Up first, we have the Bengals and the Titans. Titans are laying 3.5.
Oh, that's why I love you, because you're an Aries rising. That makes so much more sense. Got it. See, I just had to look. I just was so drunk that night with you guys because somebody made us take tequila shots.
Not me. That wasn't me. I didn't do. I usually do incite the tequila, but that was not me that night. Also, that's the only way I can drink tequila is in shot form, and then once one goes down, you can guarantee like 5 more come.
Don't worry, Jeff. We're going to talk sports, but there's only 4 games to talk about today. So I just thought I'd give you like a little more insight into Megan and I's personalities.
No one wants personalities. They just want hot bitches with titties to talk about football. So that's what we need to do.
And here we are with Don't Fade Yourself and Barstool Sports sweatshirts. You know what's funny? I had that same sweatshirt and my mother took it from me and she was wearing it this morning at breakfast. And I'm like, hi, that's where that went.
Thanks, Mom. Sorry, someone said to ask me about the beanies. There's been a beanie fabric shortage. I haven't even gotten the beanies yet, but they're definitely coming. The merch, like we're just getting at the positive vibes only sweatshirt, so we're behind on the beanies, but I promise they are coming.
Good. But because I need one. It's 70 degrees down here. I'm getting cold.
Bitch, did you see it's 32 degrees at my house right now? I got a hard freeze warning. I gotta go like wrap my pipes in a little bit. I gotta like turn on the faucet. This is not what I do. I got socks on in the house right now, and I never do that. I usually got hot feet. If you want my socks, I will sell them to you. All right. Bengals, Titans. Titans are laying 3.5. And this is, for me personally, a head versus heart. And I'm hoping that my heart has an IQ. Because I'm going to go ahead and take the Bengals plus the 3.5. I know that this Titans team is probably the healthiest they've been in a long time. They have Derrick Henry back, which is a humongous, every single person in the world is excited and talking about, but we haven't seen him out there cutting since like October. And we haven't seen Julio and AJ Brown together out there being cohesive for a while. That secondary, little sus. Joe Burrow does great under pressure. This one, again, taking it a little bit with my heart, but I'm taking the Bengals plus the 3.5. I think it might end up being a shootout. I think that hook might save my ass. Kelly, where are we headed?
This game's a little back and forth for me, right? Because you mentioned Derrick Henry, right? So that's the narrative. Derrick Henry's back. They're going to be able to run all over the Bengals. Well, no, they're not, because the Bengals have one of the best run defenses in the NFL. And that concerns me. So when we start hearing these certain narratives, I kind of always have to take a step back and look and see what's going to happen. Now, let's say that Derrick Henry does have the ability to run a little bit against this defense. That should help open up the pass. And guess what? That's where Cincy gets smoked. We know that Bengals secondary is also suspect. They can be very vulnerable with big plays. Does Ryan Tannehill make that many big plays? Not really. Trust me, I wish I had like a play for each game. And if we were doing a pick four parlay, if you will, like last week, Megan, I would lean towards the Bengals as well. The only thing I can really report to you is that the sharp guys laid minus 170 early in the week with the Titans on the money line. I'm not a money line parlay type of girl, but if I was, maybe I would get involved and put them in with the next team that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, that game is going to be tough. I'm just excited that we get to see it. I'm really excited for Joe. I'm excited for both Joes, Joe Burrow, Joe Mixon, whatever. And yeah, I think this one's going to be a fun game to watch. But on to the next one. Niners at the Packers. I don't have my app open, but I'm assuming the Packers are still minus 5.5.
They are.
Bosa has been cleared to play. So the line hasn't budged any after he's been cleared to play. I'm going to say right up front, I want to take the Packers here, but it just seems like way too many points. The Niners have been on an absolute tear. They're playing so aggressively. Jimmy G, do I trust him? No, not really. Aaron Rodgers, I believe with the stat 31-11-1 and against the spread and below sub-zero temperatures. 8-0 at home. Again, I really want to take this Packers team minus the 5.5. I just think it's too many points, and I probably will end up getting, because you know me, I like action on everything, and I'm a huge public bettor, so I will end up most likely on the Packers. Where is the money going right now, by the way?
Well, this is where it became interesting, right? Megan, you mentioned Bosa, you mentioned Jimmy G. Both were kind of questionable this week. And so the line got bet all the way up to 6 at the Barstool Sportsbook. Now we're seeing it come back a little bit now that we're getting a little bit more clarification who's going to be the starting quarterback. This is a really difficult game for me. And that's why I said maybe if you like the Titans, maybe parlay with the Packers on the money line, because you're right. I'm not laying 5.5 here with the Packers. I doubted the 49ers last week. I initially gave them out and said, I'm going to bet this team. I thought that we would see the number move in the right direction. It didn't. And I was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. It moved to 3.5. And I outsmarted myself because the Niners sure looked great against that Cowboys defense. Jimmy G, yes, had some moments last week where I was like, okay, this is why I didn't want to bet on. But overall, he played pretty good. This is a Bosa-led defense that is kind of one of those take the better defense plus the point scenarios for me. But man, I want to see this Packers team in the Super Bowl. As you mentioned, their home record, they've been just absolutely stellar against the spread all year long. The Niners have just been on a tear. I'm going to go
cold. It's going to be chilly.
But that's just that other narrative. You think that the Niners can't play in the cold? Everybody was worried about other teams in the cold last week. Look, this is a Packers team that's obviously used to being in the cold. And it's not like it's hot in San Francisco. This is not the Miami Dolphins going into Lambeau, you know? But if I played the Saturday 2 games, what I would probably do would be to parlay Packers money line with Titans money line, and that is disgusting. Don't ever take that advice. I hate that.
You chalk eating weasel, you go ahead, go put that shirt on. You need to go change right now.
Seriously, after last weekend, and then I just said that, like, who am I anymore?
Who are you? Okay, so Kelly leans Packers on the money line, but she's not that type of girl. I lean Packers with the spread, but I cannot get to the window 5.5 after I've watched, and maybe it is a little bit of recency bias of how well the Niners have been playing. They've just been out there, as I said, swinging like 12-pound dicks. So do I want to go against 12-pound dicks? I don't know. All right, up next, we have Rams at the Bucks. The Bucks are laying 2.5 at home. And I will let you know, I am on the Bucks. I know the Rams have star power. They absolutely have star power. But I like this Tampa Bay team on a very short number at home. The Rams have already beaten this team earlier in the season. It was a 10-point game. I know I don't want to say like the revenge factor, but you know, Matt Stafford, that back spasm thing that we've talked about all year. I I don't know if I can trust the Rams in these like big games. I did doubt them last week against the Cardinals because I thought the Cardinals were a playoff team, but were they a playoff team ever? I'm starting to believe I don't think so. So it leads me to back the reigning Super Bowl champs, and I'll take the Bucks. I know
Yeah.
the Bucks have star power. They literally have like every star that they could pick up and pay for and have. I get that, but I'm saying star power is in the Rams, is in Jalen Ramsey and fucking OBJ. I mean, just relax, guy. I know everyone's got star power in the NFL.
I prayed to the gambling gods for this one, Megan. I was like, please let the Rams get to 2.5 so I can put them in a teaser with my best bet this week. And right before we went on, logged in the Barstool Sportsbook, we got a 2.5. I'm not going to take the Rams plus 2.5 because if 3 was available, 2.5, you snooze, you lose. You're laying a bad number. Rams in a teaser is absolutely the play. Now, I would like to get rid of a couple narratives that you had mentioned. And another one that everybody's going to talk about this weekend. You can't bet against Tom Brady. Well, guess what? You sure can, especially in the playoffs. 17-17-1 against the spread. Love Tom. Everybody thinks I'm a Tom hater. I'm not a Tom hater. I hope I'm as great as him when I'm 44 years old, okay? I'm going to have to take some HGH, get a little bit more Botox, but I'm going to be as great as Tom Brady when I am 44. Now, that being said, Matthew Stafford, I told you last week, I was hearing great things out of LA. His back spasms were under control. Whether they are or they aren't, they sure look like they were on Monday night. You mentioned all the star power. Sure, absolutely. But I'm not touching this. This is a teaser play, 110% for me. And I'm so happy that it got to 2.5. So now I have Rams plus 8.5 in my pocket.
Oh, you enjoy that Rams. Hopefully we can get a little middle there. And
absolutely. Listen, Bucks win by 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. We're both and even 8, and we're both happy. They're just not gonna win by 8, but as long as they don't win by 1 or 2, Megan's gonna be happy.
Well, then you'll be happy too, and then we'll all be good. And then things will be happy on money shots. So crazy. We're only 13 minutes in, and we're already to our last game. Bills at Kansas City. When the Bills played this Kansas City team last time, Kansas City was a completely different team. Mahomes looked absolutely lost. Like he had no idea. Like he looked like him and his newborn baby traded brains, and then he went out there to play football. And then the defense was absolutely atrocious. Just a completely different Kansas City team. And let's not forget, they got fucking embarrassed last year in the Super Bowl. They got embarrassed. Me too, because I fucking took them. But now they get the Bills, and the Bills are coming in hot. Boy, are they coming in hot. People are loving this Bills team right now. And guess what? I am not. I'm taking Kansas City minus the 2, Kel. What are you thinking?
Bills is my best bet this week. Bills plus 2.5. Bills in a teaser plus 8.5. Bills on the money line. This is a situation where normally, Megan, let's say it was regular season and how well the Bills played last week, I might be looking to bet against them. But look how good the Chiefs also looked last week. They started off really slow, per usual.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm very worried about them starting off slow and having to play catch up. But
last year, if you remember, McDermott settled for 3 field goals. And guess what? Chiefs came roaring back, beat this team 38-24 in the AFC Championship. The Bills have had the Chiefs circled all year long. That's why they were able to whoop that ass the last time. And that's why I think this time is going to be a hell of a game. I do not want to say I'm betting against the Chiefs because this has nothing to do with the Chiefs. Point blank, period, the end. I don't need to hear anybody that says I'm a bunch of Chiefs haters because why the Chiefs have been on a tear.
You're not a Chiefs hater. Who you hate is Jackson Mahomes. And hopefully he will be fucking like in a box.
Hopefully Jackson Mahomes will be TikToking on the sideline because there was like some crazy stat about it. That being said,
I need someone to put that man in jail for the next 2 weeks. Just put him in jail.
Chiefs fans like that. I mean, after what Coco in Vegas heard he did with the French Bulldog, she lost a lot of respect for him too. It's just what it is. This is a Bills team. I have them 12-1 to win the Super Bowl.
Look how everyone in the comments is saying Bills. Is this making you nervous?
Probably should. It probably should make me nervous. But as I mentioned, plus 8.5 is going to be my biggest bet. I have them in a ton of different teasers with the Bucks from last week, and now I'm going to absolutely hammer them with the Rams and hope both teams can keep it respectable. And, if the Bills can get the outright win, I'll be a very happy girl headed into championship weekend.
And you did hit both of your best bets last week as well, right?
I gave out the Rams and not the Niners, and I should have gave out the Niners. Could have a nice 3-0. I will give out this teaser, and then the Bills is going to be my best bet this week. And there's a couple of totals that some sharp guys played that I want to. Let me get my handy dandy clipboard that I want to reconvene on, just because I want to see basically what happens is, Megan, is sometimes these sharp groups will bet a certain side, right? For example, early on in the week, they bet the Buffalo Kansas City over early. And then now money started to come back on the other side. So was it a fake move? So what I like to do before I actually give it to you guys is double check that it's not a fake move. And it's like, if you only report one side of the action, then you kind of end up being a jackass.
No, don't be a jackass. That's the moral of that story right there. Okay, so I waited today, Kelly, because I had my picks ready this morning and I had them typed out. And I said, you know what? No, I'm going to listen to Kelly and not tweet them out. So everyone has to listen to the show. Though, whether you're fading me, why are you here, Jim Groff? You have an awful last name. Get the fuck out of here. So I waited.
Come on, Jack, help us out here.
I waited, and I haven't put my picks out, but now y'all officially know that your girl is going to be on the Bengals plus the 3.5, the Bucks minus 2.5, and Kansas City minus 2. And if I end up depussifying myself into taking the Packers, laying the 5.5, I will definitely let everyone know. Meanwhile, Kel, please tell everyone your best bets again so that they're well aware of what they need to be following.
Rams plus 8.5 in a teaser with the Bills plus 8. It's currently plus 2 at the Barstool Sportsbook. So we're doing a 6.2 team teaser. That is my favorite bet for this week. I also love the Bills. I bet them at plus 2.5. I do think it's going to probably head to 1.5. So if you like the Bills, I would be betting it now. And look, like I said, if I can convince myself about some of these totals that got played early in the week, I will tweet those out as well. But yeah, this is one of those weeks. I did a blog a couple weeks ago, Megan, maybe a week and a half ago, and I said, hey, I'm trying not to give back all my money to the NFL. So I think it's kind of crazy. I'm gonna have to have a bigger card for Saturday in college basketball because I'm not touching either one of those NFL games. It doesn't look like.
Well, if anything, I'm sure I'll have something for Saturday's slate, so we can maybe have a little money shots collab play, a money shot, if you will. Also today I am on Illinois State minus 7 and Wisconsin at home minus the 3. I'm gonna keep riding Wisconsin at home.
Yeah. That's why I didn't take Northwestern the other day. I told everybody, I go, I can't wait to bet against Wisconsin, get absolutely railroaded once again. But I like that. People are loving your Farrah Fawcett hair today, Megan.
Oh, thank you. This is just what happens whenever I don't wash it and do things to it.
I was thinking the same thing. No.
This is what happens. It's cold outside. I don't really.
You got to go get your pipes wrapped up or whatever the hell.
Yeah, I gotta go wrap my shit up. I don't know what I'm gonna be. I don't know how to do this. This is not something that I was trained to do. So if
you guys got a good plumber in Louisiana, can somebody send him over to Megan's house?
Someone come wrap my pipes. All right, we'll see y'all on Monday. I hope y'all have a great winning weekend. Do your own research, gamble responsibly, and always with the Barstool Sportsbook.